Hey yo, it's time to talk about version 2.6. Starting off, we have Ayato and Venti's rerun banner. Pulling for Ayato.
こののどかな時間がもっと匠は宝を
While I only had 30 pulls for Ayato, I did actually want to get him. That is, until a little bit later. I think for now, at this point in time, I liked Ayato. I didn't really mind him as a character. But later on, there's one thing that he does that makes me absolutely hate him. Leading up to the point where Ayato came out, I was actually really excited for him, and I really wanted him because his E kind of reminded me of how the Magu-Kenki moved around, and I don't know, I just really wanted him. And then after a little bit of time, I was kind of glad that I actually lost 50-50. Obviously not to Jean. I have freaking, at this point, I think I had C3 Jean, or C4 maybe at this point, but it was too much Jean and not a lot of Keqing, and that was not good. Ayato kind of became just one of those characters that I can just live without and I don't really care for. I'm not gonna be pulling for him anytime soon, nor do I want him anytime soon. It's not that he's bad. He's not bad. I'm sure he's really strong. He's just not anything too special, and don't really need him. A new region was added this patch, that being the Chasm, while also coming with a new story quest, including Dainsleif. And the Chasm itself is really great. I think a lot of people don't really like the Chasm too much, but I think it's one of the better sub-regions. Compared to what Dragon Spine and Enkanomiya does, I think it really comes down to how I really love the overworld puzzles, like the rock ones, because it really includes the geoconstructs as objects for puzzles. And it's one of the things that I really loved about the early Genshin puzzles, that they were all kind of related to how the Traveler worked. Obviously that ended pretty quickly with Electro Traveler being kind of pointless. And later on, all the rest of the Travelers don't really do much for the puzzles in their regions either. It's kind of only Anemo and Geo Traveler that actually can do something, which is kind of sad, and probably, as I said, why I really love the earlier Travelers more than the later ones. Also, one thing that I think the Chasm does better than Enkanomiya is that it feels so much more connected to the world. With having multiple entrances to the area, it just feels so good. I don't know. It just adds a little bit more, and I think I liked it just that much more because of that. Because Enkanomiya just doesn't feel like it's actually supposed to be there. It really does feel like it's just separate, but it's supposed to be just right under, right? Just below Enkanomiya. I don't know. Just beneath the sea. Now, I want to talk about a meme really quick. I don't really talk about memes, nor do I plan on talking about memes a lot. But there was one meme that kind of grinded my gears, alright? It grinded my gears a little bit too much. And I think for that, it has to be talked about. So, back in 2.6, I remember seeing a meme. I couldn't really find it. I was trying to search for it, but I couldn't find it. It was just kind of like a meme that connected the Genshin patches to other games. For example, 2.4 was Dark Souls and 2.6 was Spelunky. And see, wouldn't have a problem with it if that wasn't blatantly wrong. Obviously, Spelunky makes sense, right? It's cave diving, cave exploration. It makes sense, it'd go there. But 2.4 being Dark Souls does not really work too much in my opinion, as 2.6 takes a lot of inspiration from Dark Souls, alright? Because starting off, the fucking Chasm has the 2 Bells of Awakening, alright? It's got NPC quests that have them going insane, maybe even dying. It's got ruins. It's got the ruins. Come on, Dark Souls. It's all castles and shit. I guess you could say the same about Enkanomiya, but shut up. And most importantly, it's got the goddamn Black Knights. The Black Knights all over Dark Souls 1. And guess what's all over the goddamn Chasm? There's multiple locations with Black Knights. It fucking makes sense. It's all connected. Come on. It's so simple. I don't know. whoever made this meme, I'm sure you're a goddamn good person, but you're wrong, and I'm sorry, and I noticed it, and I just wanted to talk about it. I know this is fucking 40 years too late, but I just wanted to revise your little nitpick there. But carrying on. The first and main event of the patch was the Hues of the Violet Garden event. The main things that stood out to me this event was actually the story and the parry event. The rest of it wasn't really too special. The first sub-event was like a photo event where you just have to go around taking photos of like animals and like flowers and fruits and stuff, like the collectible items everywhere around the map, and then you'd get like inspiration for a story. Nothing too crazy. Then the second event was just like creating a flower pot, which the event itself, like the puzzle, wasn't too difficult. You just have to like pick the right flowers for the right thing, like how the person wants you to. But the best part about this part was that you can get that item as a furnishing and you can customize it however you want, and I like that. And then the other event being the theater mechanics. The problem with this one is that I preferred the original to whatever came after, and that is because the first one actually felt like you were playing tower defense, while the other ones more felt like puzzles, and this one kind of catered towards the puzzle aspect of it a bit too much, I think. Which, it didn't make it a bad event. I still enjoyed the event, but you were limited to what you had to use. You had to put stuff in the right position. You were kind of... I feel like it was just a bit too forced. I don't know. The first one, you just had free reign over everything, and it was just simple tower defense, and that's why I think it was so good. Keep in mind, that didn't make this theater mechanics horrible. It's just... I think I just would have preferred just having the simple tower defense over having whatever they had going on here. Now we can talk about the things that I really liked about this event. That being the story, which was really great. I think it's one of the more memorable events. Like I vividly remember a lot more of the story from this event because, I don't know, I was paying more attention to it, I guess. I don't know. The wall we get as a furnishing is really cool. I just wish the furnishing also had the mechanic where you splash it with water, Scaramouche fucking appears. I don't know why that wasn't in the one we got. Messed up miHoYo. I can't believe you didn't fix that after 40 years. Horrible issue. And then you have the parry event. This was a new mechanic and it goddamn was brilliant. I love this event actually a lot. I think it's one of the combat events that I actually really liked playing. That being, it was just fun. Obviously, I know there's other parry characters in the game like Beidou and frickin' Yunjin, but they aren't as cool as the Traveler in this frickin' event because you feel really strong when you're parrying with the Traveler. And now we have it permanently with the Wayab in the Night Realm in Natland. However, is that gonna mean that we never get this event again? I really hope not, because having a bunch of different enemies to fight would just made it so much better than just being limited to one. I kind of hope this becomes like a thing that comes out every so often still. But moving on, we have the second event of the first patch being just another camera event. Nothing too special there. I didn't really take much important photos. Like, this was one of the events where I was just like, click, done, and then I got it over with. Moving on to the second half, we have Ayakas rerun banner. Now, I didn't pull on Ayakas banner since I already have Ayaka and I don't really need her again, you know. But I did pull for her weapon and I end up getting the Mist Splitter. Now we can talk about the first and surprisingly only event of the second half, being the Vibro-Crystal Research event. Basically, you just fucking choose different goddamn, I can't speak, runes, transmutations, I don't know what they fucking call them, crystals, and you could just either pump them out into all three buffs, or you can just buff the shit out of one buff and you can do big damage. I don't know, it's just a combat event, I don't really care about them, it was there. And now I know I said it was the only event because I don't really count the other two as events. There was the Marvelous Merchandise, which was Liben's event, where you just like log in every day, give him like an apple, and then he gives you primos. I don't really count that as an event. And then there was also Leyline Overflow, but that's also like, that just happens every patch, and also it's just like, does it really count as an event? This is where I'd usually be done talking, except that this patch has a third half. There's a third goddamn half. And that is because Ayaka gets unlimited permanent banner. 240 days. And since her banner was increased for a certain amount of time, I don't remember the exact date, I'm gonna just guess and say it was 2 weeks. But since we had 2 weeks of more stuff, they gave us another event. What was that event? The Spices from the West event. And what was this? You basically make food, go to your teapot, and you could just feed all the people that you have in your teapot. It's a pretty nice event. Other voice dialogues are just in their character section now, so you don't really have to experience the event to see all these dialogue. But they're there now. Now, however, for some unknown goddamn reason, during this event, there was one character you could not feed no matter how much you tried, and that was Paimon. How could you not feed the character that's about food? What the fuck, mijo? Ending off this patch, we have the characters that I got Friendship 10, that being Thoma. Yep, that's it. That's all I had this patch. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye-bye. Is my makeshift Ayato cosplay good enough? I hope it is. I don't know if you guys realize that's what I was going for, but that's what I was going for. God damn it.